concussion. What did a nurse do or say that made you immediately request another nurse? I was in the ER after a car accident with a clearly broken wrist and possible concussion. I'd been waiting for 3 hours when this nurse finally came to check on me. Instead of asking how I was feeling, she looked at my chart and said, "Another uninsured patient looking for free drugs. Let me guess, you're going to tell me everything hurts." I was stunned. I actually had insurance through my job, but more importantly, I was sitting there with my wrist bent at an impossible angle and blood dried on my forehead from hitting the steering wheel. Anyone could see I was genuinely injured, not some drug seeker looking for a fix. When I tried to explain that I had insurance and just needed my wrist examined, she rolled her eyes and said, "Sure you do. That's what they all say. You probably don't even have a real job." She made these comments loud enough for other patients to hear, like she wanted everyone to know what kind of person she thought I was. The worst part was when she started examining my wrist. Instead of being gentle with an obviously broken bone, she grabbed it roughly and twisted it to see the injury better. I screamed in pain and she said, "Stop being dramatic. If it was really broken, you wouldn't be able to move it at all." Then she squeezed it harder to prove her point. I was crying from the pain and begging her to stop when she made the comment that pushed me over the edge. She said, "Maybe if you drove more carefully instead of texting and driving, you wouldn't be wasting our time with preventable injuries." She had no idea what caused my accident and was just making assumptions based on my age. The reality was that another driver had run a red light and T-boned my car while I was going through a green light. I had dash cam footage proving it wasn't my fault, but this nurse had already decided I was some irresponsible kid who deserved whatever happened to me. She treated me like I was lying about everything from my insurance to my injuries. When I asked for a different nurse, she laughed and said, "Good luck with that. We're understaffed and I'm the only one available for walk-ins like you." She made it sound like requesting proper medical care was some unreasonable demand from an entitled patient. I managed to flag down a doctor walking past my room and explained what was happening. His face went dark when I told him about the rough examination and the accusations about drug seeking. He immediately called the charge nurse and had my original nurse removed from my case. The new nurse was amazing. She gently x-rayed my wrist, confirmed it was broken in 2 places, and apologized repeatedly for how I'd been treated. She said the previous nurse had been having problems with patient interactions and was already on thin ice with management.